Well, this house is so special for me because when I came the first time to Petrópolis, I saw this house and I thought, it's not possible. This is Europe. This is typically Europe or France. The big castles there or the little castles also, but it's not Brazilian, but it is. And that's why I was so surprised and so attracted by this house, even it was a ruin at that time, but I could imagine how it would be in the future after a restoration. Therefore, I was extremely attracted by the house, not the environment, but the house. The first time when I was in Petrópolis many years ago, and I lived in Valparaiso in a small apartment, and I'm walking a lot, and I walked through the city, and I saw some very beautiful houses and some not so beautiful houses as well. How is it in every country, in every city? It's like that. But the houses here in Petrópolis, it's somehow European. And I thought by myself, Petrópolis, so it's European, embedded in a tropical environment. And this was so fascinating for me, and it is still fascinating for me. This house here, well, it took about two years. 2 years. A lot of work because it was uma ruína. Right? It was a ruin. It was destroyed. Well, I had many doubts. And after maybe 6 months, we came to a point where the architect told us, hey, guys, there is a problem. And I told him, what, Fabio, what happened? Well, the ceiling in the living room there, it's hanging down. We have to lift up the whole ceiling, put some metal beams inside and take it back. Then again, but it needs a support of iron. And this was a big task, and I thought by myself, oh, shall we go on or not? But, you know, if you come to a certain point, you don't go back. You have to finish it as good as you can. And we did it, and I'm really happy that we did it. For me, you know, restoration, some people like to restore a house perfectly. It's perfect, okay. But for me, restoration means that the house should keep the patina, you know. For me, it's very important. It has to be perfect inside, because we are living in the year 2024, not 100 years ago. It has to be perfect, the electricity, tubulação, tudo isso. But we need to see patina, yes, because it's an old house. And it's important to see that also, because this is the charm of a house. I had some access from the previous owner, and he was living also an artist. He was a writer and a painter. He had some paintings, yes, and he wrote some books, but I cannot read it. It's in Portuguese. It's a little bit complicated. Anyway, I had access, and once I was in the museum, Imperial, and they had an exhibition, special exhibitions from citizens from Petrópolis. And I saw big paintings of the Barão de Quartim e a Baronessa também. It's beautiful to see it, and I could imagine, oh, he built this house for the daughter, Antonietta de Quartim. And he has another house, I don't know how the name of the street is. It's a house full of history, and what I mentioned before about the restoration and the patina, for me it's important, you know, that the walls, they are talking history. But if it's too perfect, you know, it's like everywhere, you know. I mean, it's not restored, but it tells me, it was like that previously. And I don't remove it or renew it. I leave it as it is. It's okay. Oh, I think it's 20 or 30 years it was empty. Therefore, it was a ruin. So, but now it's not a ruin, and you can live. It's a very modern house, basically, in an antique, let's say, environment. all the angels there, it's painted in 3 dimensions, you see? And it's very well done, I think. Very well done, and well, it's just painted. I like this room. It's not big, but it has a certain atmosphere for me. The original colors, we cannot take other colors because of Ivan as well, but I don't want to have other colors. I want to have the original colors. And so this blue or this red or whatever it is, blue one, is the original color, just restored. And also here, this kind of cebolas you see here are original. If I like it or not, but it's original and I keep it. It was a real task, I can tell you, because of course it's another culture here and I have to accept how it is, because I'm the foreigner, you know. But I learned a lot. I learned in different areas, I learned a lot, but it's all right, it's fine. I have been here many times and my wife too, so we could make advices or say stop, 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 not like that, or things like this, you know. But of course it would be best to be always here. But in our case it was not possible. Interesting in this room, in this, and also in the living room are the respiradores. There are holes in it, and this makes all the rooms fresh. You can smoke a cigar or whatever, and the smoke goes up there inside and goes out. And it's still working, you know, it's still working. So it's modern, it's perfect. And most of the rooms on this floor, they have these respiradores. For example, the stairs, they were broken. You couldn't go out, or you could go, but maybe you need a good health insurance. But now it's really stable. It's the original stairs, original one. Pino de Riga here. This one is another wood, I don't know the name of that one. But it's the original stair from 1880. They are like dragons. Unfortunately, we don't know the name of the initial artist. It's not written. Sometimes it's written on a wall. If you go into a house and you look, and you can find a signature or initials, so from the artist. But here we didn't find anything up to today. You know, the maintenance of such a house is considerable. But we have to do it, and we like to do that because for us it's a pearl, this house, and we would like to maintain it. Here is the main house where we are staying now here, and here is an access. But this is also original. But there were some small rooms for employees, in the small kitchen, and they had many employees probably, yes. But very small rooms, and we were allowed by Ivan to do it modern, because we live in 2022. So it doesn't make sense to preserve everything, but you cannot live. Then it's like a museum. A museum is beautiful, but you have to live. It was always my dream when I was a child. I said always to my mother, Mom, I would like to have a castle. And she said, yeah, dream on, boy. And now I have one. Not a castle, but a Castelinho.